You ever see those memes where it's like guys, like no sleep, whatever.
Yeah.
2 a.m. still go to the gym. And it's like guys with the cold, and he's like, that's how I feel like.
That's true.
The minute I get a cold, I'm like, fuck, I need a helmet. Holy shit.
A helmet? What the fuck?
Welcome back to another episode of The Careful Boys. When was the last time, or a time in general actually, when was a time that you pushed your body to its fullest limit?
Yeah, like that time you jacked off like 10 times and then you couldn't do it anymore and you fucking dry heaving. And you,
10's not my
But
number,
you
dude.
found a way to get the 11th one out.
I was like 15 easy.
Dang.
No, I'm joking. That's crazy.
Dude, I'd be pale afterwards.
Put me
I don't
in a
think I
mental
did more than
institute.
5 or 6, I think.
really?
In one day?
I think it was hurting already, but I was still horny and I couldn't control myself.
That's like junior high discovery.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by push your body to the limit?
No, I was thinking you would say something like when you ran the marathon, but you know, that works too. That's a different kind of
But
marathon.
what about you? You're in the physical industry.
Yeah, when did you ever break
Yeah.
physically?
Or do you do that all?
It was when we were training for MMA fights all the time. And we're getting one of our guys, Heinrich, ready for his strength conditioning. And the workouts we'd have to do were just awful. It was just like sprint bikes, pushing the sled for like way too, like for an hour, you know, and just like fucking, like there'd be times where you get on the bike and you're like, you kind of want to cry. 'Cause you're like, fuck, I don't know if I could do this. We're doing sprints. We're dead tired. It's like the end of our workouts.
Who designed the workout? Was there a coach?
We had a strength conditioning coach. His name was Brandon Henry, and he was like running. He was like a CrossFit guy. So he was just putting, and this is kind of like in the days where
No
we were
science, just balls to the wall.
yeah, just going getting after it. But it was still like, you know, there's tons of science behind just pushing your body and getting to that like lactate threshold area where you just feel like you're gonna fucking die and you can't push. So, but it's been so long. Well, last time we did that was probably for the last jiu-jitsu comp I did, where we were just training and we're rolling all the time and we're just doing sprints on a bike and we just do intervals. But now as I got older, I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that as much. But it's getting to a point now where I'm like, fuck, I got to start doing that shit again. Where like I'm getting like cold sweats. I feel like shit all day after I do it because it does take so much out of you. And sometimes like when you're thinking about like, I have to like work and do things later, then you're like, maybe I shouldn't push this as hard. But back then when we were training for fights, like that's all we did. And we didn't really have like our business to worry about. We would just train like a bunch of assholes. And it was the Airdyne bike, bro. That shit sucked. And we would just do, fuck, man, it was like 12 sprints in a day, like max effort. And you couldn't do anything after that. You would have to just sleep all day and it would just ruin you kind of. But it's been a while since we've been pushing it that hard. Yeah, because I don't know, part of you just feels like we just couldn't function after that, right? But we haven't had a real reason to do that because it's hard to get up for that for like a jiu-jitsu match, unfortunately, because you're like, yeah, we're still wrestling. It'll be fine.
You don't feel like you're as in much danger, huh?
Yeah, for whatever reason. But when you get like a fight booked and you're like, all right, you're going to fist fight somebody, you're way more willing to push yourself that hard. But the last crazy endurance thing we did was training for the marathon. That was pretty hard. I wasn't expecting, well, I knew it was going to be really tough on my body, but like when we ran the highest mileage we did was, I think, until I got injured, was like 17 miles, I think. Didn't we run a 17 miler?
We ran from, so you know our house in Glendora? We ran from Glendora to H Mart in Arcadia.
What the hell?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran all the way to H Mart Arcadia.
I was toast after that.
That was nuts.
But it still felt like, all right, we could like handle it. It'll be all right, like afterwards. But for whatever reason, the sprints on the Airdyne bike, those are the worst. Or even, have you ever done a Versa climber?
Oh, I hate those. Or like Jacob's ladder, like those things.
Those
right?
are fucking
Yeah,
awful. Where you're on this, I don't know what you would call
Or
it,
you're like
contraption.
constant
And you're midair, you're suspended, and you're just doing this the whole time. And the minute you slow down, you drop to the bottom, and it takes so much momentum to get back up again. That shit is awful. And it does make you feel like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this. I've never got rhabdo or anything like that before, where you're like pissing blood or
yeah.
anything.
Oh,
Pissing.
wow.
That's how you know you like overreached and all that, but
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
that's not okay. But as far as like the last time I did that, Last jiu-jitsu tournament, I had one match, and I felt like I got hit by a truck afterwards. And I'm like, damn, I'm getting old, bro.
Like cardio and conditioning is lowering.
Well, it's not even that. It was just like, what your body can handle now is a lot less than, when you're 20s, you can fucking bounce right back. Right? And then like when you do something, I was like, I think it was like 32, 30, 31.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah, and it's not old by any means, but you just could tell like the level of what your body can
But
handle.
you see like
is
a
so
young
different.
guy that's in his 20s have like 8 matches, and you're like, how the fuck did you do
who
that?
are you, dude?
You know what's really cool about not being athletic? You never know what your peak is, so you just keep progressing.
Yeah. When you're starting at the
Just
bottom.
keep going. Because you keep surpassing what you probably would have done in your 20s, but like, I'm still better than when I was 20. So
You did like Spartan races and stuff.
that was probably one of my hardest
Spartan
things.
race is easy.
Smoked it, huh? You literally ran a marathon, no training.
That's crazy.
That's actually crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
I think also like out of all the like dance shit I've ever done, I thought this is my absolute like juicest. Like when all the tour shows that we did, all like when I did the no training run a whole marathon, that was like infinitely more destructive than anything I ever did. Yeah. If you want to
More
find
than
your
head spins.
You have to run into a CVS to get Tylenol.
more than anything I've ever even
That's
thought I could experience
crazy.
in the world. If you want to find your limit, the thing Anthony's talking about, I don't recommend doing that. But if you do that, you will find your limit, and
I'll
you will
do it.
and you will sit in that limit for hours
With no training?
bro.
No training marathon is insane.
But I'm happy that I got to see what that was like, because my biggest thing really was like, if I actually do this, I'm pretty fucking impressed that I would go that far to do something so fucking retarded.
When did you feel cramps at mile what?
I think it was 8.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
And then both of your legs were just fucked and you gotta walk.
From the waist down, just like, or like from my thighs down, swollen as fuck.
Yeah.
And he just willed the rest of it.
Which is even crazier.
I just like power walked on swollen fucking limbs whole way. I felt like my foot was gonna bust out of my shoe.
That's when people go to the medical tent.
I could have the whole time, but that's the thing, man. Like if I never knew the limit, I thought I knew the limit all these times in dance, because everything I ever did in dance, whether it was on TV shows or competition or like tour dates, I thought those were my limits, and I'm like, damn, that was me at my limit. Ooh, I hit my limit. It was fucking ages away.
See, this is why I wish I shared my story right before him, because mine's probably was the dance TV show stuff.
This episode is brought to you by the RP Hypertrophy app. Want to build muscle but don't know where to start? Get jacked with the RP Hypertrophy app, built by Dr. Mike Israetel, who you've seen on this show. This app features over 45 pre-made training plans to help you get the results you want. Everything here is backed by science and the very latest in research. So you know it's gonna work. And the very best part, it's super easy to use. Our subscribers, that's you guys, get a discount by visiting rpstrength.com/rpmuscle. That's rpstrength.com/rpmuscle. RPMUSSO. Link in the description below.
I'll share mine, and you can share yours because I'll fit perfectly.
Yeah.
You did some crazy stuff.
So mine was like literally Monday. I had a fever and body aches. So I Postmated some soup, and trying to go outside to get the Postmates, I almost died.
Are you serious?
That's
Just
what
for
he
that?
was posting.
You know when your body aches are so fucking bad?
Oh,
That's when he pushed it to the lip.
I could have swore as I was going,
You got wrapped up.
it was like, and I'm just in my fucking robe, and then they gave me I got albondigas,
oh,
and I was like, oh,
that's healthy.
this will help me feel better.
Push it to the limit.
I put it on the counter, and you know when you use your last drop of energy, you can't even open on the spot? I had to like put it on the counter and go like this.
Just rest.
And then get scissors to cut it open.
damn.
Like an obese dude.
That's pretty hard.
That was my limit.
We're talking about pushing it to the limit by choice.
That was pushed to
That
the
was a
fucking
choice to get those
limit.
albondigas.
I was like, fuck, I wish someone could just Feed me.
That's more to your limit than like your biggest PR and like deadlift.
It feels like it. I don't know. You ever see those memes where it's like guys, like no sleep, whatever,
Yeah.
2 a.m. still go to the gym, and it's like guys with the cold, and he's like, that's how I feel like.
That's true.
The minute I get a cold, I'm like, ah, fuck, I need a helmet. Holy shit.
A helmet? What the fuck?
Your safety hazard.
Okay, let me spare your brand.
Okay.
Would you today be able to handle more so boot camp or bodybuilding competition again?
Yeah, the swords competition looked like that was your limit.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't eat for like a week.
You weren't even sentient
You
for
said
most
like
of that time.
you had ED and you couldn't fucking.
Your brain.
I would be able to do that easier than boot camp at 40 years old.
Oh, boot camp would still be worse, huh?
Because it's nonstop. You can't turn it off.
true.
I could still like, oh, I'm not eating. Maybe I'll fucking watch some TV or like, you know, there's like a lot of like brain rot distractions you can do. There is none of that. It's imagine like it's training 24 hours a day, every second of the day. There's a thing you need to be doing. That's tough. There's no way.
Yeah, and people are yelling.
I'm too comfortable, dude. So
For
comfortable.
real. Fuck that. Why would you do that?
You can't even eat without them yelling at you and rushing you.
Yeah, them
Yeah.
yelling at your face is crazy.
So
while
one
you're
of the things
eating.
they'll do will be like fucking, I don't know, I don't even know the name of it, but it'll be called fucking tornado day or whatever, right? The drill instructors come out for fucking no reason, comes and has all of us open our Foot Lockers, which is like this little box with our shit in it. They just fucking trash it, throw everything together or whatever. And then in 30 seconds, everyone has to sort their shit. And then that's what you live with for the week. So for the next week, I'm wearing your right shoe, your left shoe, you're wearing Nick's underwear. All our shit's fucked for the whole week. I'm like, I'm fucking 40 years old. I don't want to deal with that shit. If I go to a fucking store right now, they don't have my size, I'm leaving. I'm like, I gotta fucking deal with 2 left shoes and shit.
Hey, can we go to your house and make tornado week?
No,
Let's go, dude.
nah. Hell.
You gotta wear Tyka's shoes.
What was your crazy dance?
Yeah, what's your limit?
No, it's not the same. This guy was like, yo, doing those dance TV shows, which he like won and stuff. He's like, yeah, I thought that was my limit, but this was infinitely more. But honestly,
People who win usually are working harder.
hey, I'll give it to you, man. Quest Crew,
8 hours worth of rehearsals and all that
This
stuff.
is a long
right?
day.
crazier. ABDC was on.
That was ridiculous, though.
Plus, like, what was like them returning as a season of champions. Somehow I was on that show, and it was my first time, and we were already like older. I was probably like 28, 29. And so we thought to ourselves, we're like, all right, we gotta like train and get ready for this show. So we did. Like our whole crew basically went like pescatarian. Our warm-ups were long. Our workout
Dang, you did all that?
were intense. We were trying to get on the same page of physicality on a lot of different things so we can match each other. So we were like really training in a certain way. But the funny thing is when you actually get on the show, so I think our auditions and I think that was when we were like, we're good. But then when you get on the show, that's when it becomes truly team no sleep.
Yeah.
And then like malnutrition and like if you're really pushing it, like that's why we're passed out in between every other take type stuff. And if you're like also on like the director side of it, when other people are resting, you're like now working on the costumes, you're working on the music, you're working on all these other things. So then your body's just like, by the time we finished the show, we were like skeletons.
Yeah.
We had like no meat to our bones.
There's no food or catering or whatever, or how does that work?
There's no time to eat it.
Yeah.
Bro, like as soon as we would get done, I would sleep in the parking lot for 2.5 hours and come right back in.
in
Damn.
your car.
In my car in the parking lot at Warner Brothers. And then I would just come right back in the morning. We start working again. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
Which is why when we got to NBC World of Dance and we did that like a year or two later, there was 13 of us on our crew and all of us like were Asian. So we started just cheating the system. Anytime they wanted us to do extra shoots outside of our own designated stuff, we would only have 11 or 12 of us. And then 1 or 2 of us would always just take a nap because they couldn't tell which Asian was missing.
Damn. That's a good hack.
Rotate someone else to go get some rest.
Except for like the core leaders. But
That's a good hack.
we always had somebody taking a nap because it was all bullshit. You know, those pickup shots are all dumb. Everybody has to be full costume at like 8 in the morning, and then you just sit around. The whole game is hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I could be eating right now or rehearsing or sleeping, but I'm just doing pickup shots to make another group look better for their story.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck this.
That was crazy though, because the fact that we're all in competition and we were all not sleeping was pretty cool. At least it was nice to see you guys were also fucking dying too.
Because ABDC was way crazy because you had to do an opening week performance. So you weren't just working on your own show. You always had to like do a joint show to open the show. And then sometimes you would have collaboration weeks and work on like separate other routines. Or sometimes you would have 2 shows in 1 week. And it was just, you were not sleeping.
Yeah, there's nothing. And you had to perform every day like that was the best like minute of your life. Like you had to be on A game. So it was just like insane. It wasn't a high budget program, so they didn't provide like we didn't have rooms and shit. You know what I mean? They were just like, all right, come from home and then just figure it out.
So they're casting specifically LA-based people?
Well, no, they're not. It just so happens most of the people that won in the past are in and around LA. But then for ABDC, the first time we did it, we had hotel rooms and we lived literally next to the studio so that everything you did was revolving around the show. But then here it's like, no, you live your life, just be here at this time and then be ready for anything. It was kind of like unfair.
But the times are just like unrealistic for you to.
Unrealistic, like that is the best way to put it. Yeah. Just unrealistic. They're like, yeah, make sure your show is ready and then make a second show because you're doing it twice. And then Neo's coming. So we're going to have to make a piece with Neo. Like, no, fuck that shit, dude. We just didn't care anymore.
What an honor.
We were almost going to revolt. We were like, hey, y'all want to get together and just be like, nah, we ain't doing these group pieces no more.
It's too much.
Me and Mike were like, dude, let's fucking stand strong and just link arms. Nah, dude, yeah, I could see why that would be a push.
But no, I never did a marathon or anything gangster.
Hey, do a fucking marathon, no prep. It'll make ABDC feel like a picnic, dog.
Oh, that's why I want to do it, to make ABDC feel like a picnic.
Do it together.
Let's all do a
I'm
marathon.
down.
The place your mind goes.
No training? Nah.
The place your brain goes is insane. You just like start going into the cosmos.
We should do a no training marathon and we hold hands and we duct
Power
tape
walk.
them and we're not allowed to take the duct tape off until we're done.
Can't we just all do acid and have our brains go into the cosmos?
Yeah, we could do that.
And then we have
And then go to the sphere.
pee and shit on each other.